Welcome to Jesus Manuel Mena Garza, my original YouTube channel that I created about a decade ago. Today we're going to be talking about Donald J. Trump, our current president. We're in May 2025, and how we got Donald J. Trump as our current president. I wanted to inform the American public, and specifically the Democratic Party and the DNC, and inform them, and explain to them, make obvious to them that the Democratic Party is the reason, is the absolute 100% reason Donald J. Trump is in office. Donald Trump is a criminal. He's a felon. He's a misogynist. He's a rapist. But he's also our president, our crypto king. So how did Donald J. Trump, with all this baggage, beat Kamala Harris? I'm going to lay out several reasons why, and they all add up to, again, Donald J. Trump as President of the United States of America in 2025. The number one reason is the Democratic National Party and how they propped up the previous president, Joe Biden, while he was in office, especially towards the last 2 years of Joe Biden's presidency. It was pretty obvious to Donald J. Trump, but hidden to the American public by the Democratic Party, that Joe Biden was falling apart. He was becoming rather decrepit, and Donald J. Trump took advantage of this, knowing full well he can call him Sleepy Joe, and say negative things about Joe, about his inability to govern because he's so old. Even though Donald J. Trump is pretty close in age. And as you can see in a lot of his current speeches and presentations, he's obviously falling apart also. But he emphasized Sleepy Joe is incompetent. And so the Democratic Party propped up and said, hey, Joe Biden is in A+ shape. We see him behind the scenes and he's perfect, which was a lie. They just lied. Okay? So when Joe Biden was on that stage, debating Donald Trump in 2024, he didn't look very good. He looked like a piece of decrepit crap. Okay? So he should have never run. Okay, this is point number 2. He should have never run for president for the second time. He should have just said, thank you very much. I ran for the one time, and that's good because I'm falling apart. I'm old, and there's really no reason for this old piece of shit to run again. But like a lot of politicians, they think they're the only person in the known universe to be able to be president of the United States. That's a tremendous ego. These people have tremendous ego, and a lot of sycophants say, hey, Joe, you are A+. You should run again, even though you're falling apart and though you're a piece of decrepit shit, okay? So another reason why we lost is Barack Obama. Barack Obama is a corporate Democrat. He's very personable. He's a very likable guy. He'd be very pleasant at a cocktail party, having at your table, having conversation and banter. He's a very nice guy. And he doesn't, he doesn't create a felony a week like Donald J. Trump. And he doesn't fall asleep all the time like, Joe Biden. So he's sort of like the kingmaker currently. And I want to talk about this upcoming 2028 election, if we're allowed as a democracy to continue on this path, or we become an oligarchy, kleptocracy, etc., under Donald J. Trump. Barack Obama and his corporate, fellow Democrats are going to try to put more, incrementalists in office. Those people that say, the Republican Party took us over there, way over there, and screwed over the American public, but we're going to take a little bit of it back. We're going to take a little bit back. And we're going to be happy with that. We're just going to take a little bit back. We're not going to upset our corporate overlords, the folks in the medical industry and oil and gas companies and all these corporate titans. We're still going to give them tax breaks. Let me have a little bit of beverage here because I am starting to get my throat's a little dry. So Barack Obama is a corporate kingmaker in the United States. He's like the person that comes up out of the ash and say, hey, we should have Joe Biden, not, Bernie Sanders in office. And of course, any progressive candidate in 2028, again, should we be allowed to, under Donald J. Trump, to have elections, any liberal, progressive Democrat, a person of the people, Barack Obama's going to say, hey, that person's a little too out there. We should elect this incrementalist, basically Republican light candidate. So we're having a lot of issues in the Democratic Party. They're fighting between those that are pretty much for the status quo, but, a little bit less, just imagine Donald J. Trump is black coffee. The Democratic Party wants to put a couple dollops of the creamer in there, while the progressives want to say, hey, let's make this thing a latte. Let's have a lot of progressive ideas and make it more appealing to the working class, the middle class. But a lot of Democrats don't want to upset their benefactors, the oil and gas industry, the healthcare industry, the insurance industry, especially the healthcare industry, and all these corporations in America that give them money so they can run for office. Yes, we are a capitalist country. Yes, we are a democracy, but we do not want to, just appease the right. We want to dismantle the right. So we need some person that's a hell of a lot more progressive than Biden or Obama, in my opinion. So Trump got elected because of, essentially Biden had a firm grip on the Democratic Party and didn't want to let go. He enjoyed that power, that recognition. So now Biden is out in the, he's at his house in Delaware and relaxing, the poolside. He's doing okay. It's the American people, the working class, the middle class that are suffering. People like him who are millionaires and the 1%ers who are billionaires are going to do okay under Donald J. Trump. Their stock portfolios may dip a little bit, but they're going to get some tax breaks. Why not? That's how the Republicans roll. They're going to give the tax breaks to the rich people. They're going to take it from the poor people and give it to the rich people. Just like these tariffs. The tariffs, every time you buy a toy, every time you buy a mixer for your, a mixer, to mix your ice cubes and put some juice in there and make yourself a margarita, those mixers. Every kind of little product, electronic, clothing, shoes, cars, etc. They have tariffs on them. So every time the American public, working class and middle class, buy a product, it's being taxed. And of course, our president, Donald J. Trump, is in control of the House and the Senate. He's going to say, hey, let's put all this money to work. Let's give it to the 1%. They're the workers. They're the ones who deserve breaks. You know, middle class, the unwashed masses, the little people. Screw them. Again, he says, screw them. So that's my opinion. This is my opinion and my opinion alone. Some of you may share it. Again, leave your kind and friendly comments below. The reason why we have Donald J. Trump in office is essentially Joe Biden didn't want to leave office. The old piece of shit didn't want to leave office and hand off the reins of government to somebody newer, somebody that's in their 30s, 40s, 50s, as compared to their old age. You know, you saw I saw Joe Biden walk around. He walks like this. He barely can walk. He barely can walk. He can barely talk. He was falling apart. But the DNC said, hey, go for it. Go for it. We support you, Joe. Idiots. Absolute idiots. And what do we have now? Oligarchy, insanity. We have Donald J. Trump and his 1% minions out there. Tearing apart los Estados Unidos, the United States of America. What do you think? Do you think Donald J. Trump is tearing apart America, or do you think he's the savior? I'd like to hear your opinion. Leave them below. Leave your opinions below. Please leave your kind and friendly comments below. Tell me what you think of Donald J. Trump, and what do you think of Joe Biden? Good old sleepy Joe Biden. Decrepit Joe Biden. Decrepit Joe Biden versus corrupt and inept and manipulative and what do you call that stuff? Grifter Trump. Okay. Thanks for watching my video. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And check out my website, jmmgarza.com. In the corner somewhere, I think it's this corner, or maybe it's that corner. There's a QR code which you can take with your smartphone. It'll take you to my website. You are welcome. This is Jesus Manuel Mena Garza in Fort Worth, Texas. Hope you're doing absolutely fabulous. My stock portfolio, my 401k has gone from here, way up here, under the Biden regime. Even though he's sleepy, he was at least not an oligarch, a kleptocrat, and an absolute idiot. It's gone down to about here. It's not good. My wife's considering working for another year so she can make up some money that we lost. Are you doing the same? This has been Jesus Manuel Mena Garza in Fort Worth, Texas. Don't forget to ring the bell for future notifications. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.